you don't stand for what you want. I drew plans for my little house, but my contractor had made them formal for permits and such and made some changes, one of which being putting a sliding glass door in my bedroom that took up the entire wall of a small room and exposed my personal space to the world in a sliding glass door big way. As soon as I moved in, I knew I wanted it out. My friend had an old French door in her basement that she offered me for free. The bottom was rotten and it needed some repairs in the window frames, but was definitely fixable in my eyes. I took out the panes of glass, having to break some of the molding. Didn't matter though, some was gone anyway. There was one place where the frame was broken. I glued it back together very carefully, took the glass out, cleaned it all, and set it aside. I sanded both sides down and sent it home with my friend to cut away the rotten area on the bottom and rework it. He did an excellent job of matching the grain of the wood on the parts that were broken, and I only had to putty just a little bit of shredded area there on the right. I filled the hole where the lock set was with a tight-fitting piece of wood and then added another piece of wood on top of that to cover the screw areas. Those holes should have been covered by a new doorknob and deadbolt. Then I realized that I really wanted the door to open the other way. So sometime in the future I will have to cover that with some decorative thing. That'll be okay. Next came priming the outside, painting an exterior paint on the outside, and painting the interior with a clear gloss. I did all this before putting the glass in because I didn't want to have to clean the paint off the glass. It worked really well. In taking all that molding off, I realized that I was going to lose some pieces. There were some that were missing and some that just got torn up because there were too many nails holding it in. So I ended up having to replace all of it. And I went to a store that had a bunch of millwork and found something that I thought would be close enough and just bought long pieces of it and cut it off the right length. I did have to trim off some from this edge in order to get it to be flush with my with the framing in between the windows. So it would go on there like that is how it went in. Yes, so let's go on to the next step. The glass had not had any sealer or caulk around it, so I failed to do that when I put the glass back in, and after months of rattling glass, I have siliconed around each pane and will have to use a razor blade to remove the excess. I did hire carpenters to take out the sliding glass door and frame in for the door and window that opens. Now I have a place for my dresser under a window that gives me ventilation and a lovely antique French door that I can easily cover with a curtain without causing any inconvenience. It was an expensive lesson in standing for what you know you want, but could have been much worse without that beautiful reclaimed door. I hope you enjoyed my little door reclamation slideshow. If you did, please hit like and subscribe. There will be more real-time improvements on my little house to come. Thank you.